Good evening from InvestSharp. This is Randy Smotone with your Tuesday, July 6th market update. On the economic front, there wasn't really any market moving type data released today, and there's not really all that much tomorrow either that should be market moving. The dollar, gold, silver, and oil were down. Copper was up. Light sweet crude futures were down 16 cents to settle at $71.98 a barrel. The dollar ETF UUP, kind of indecisiveness here, kind of this doji right there. It did come up off of its lows over to the West Texas Intermediate Crude Point and Figure chart. So we're right here. We do have a price of J64. Doesn't mean we'll get there. Of course, it's obviously going to depend on probably what happens Europe, currencies. A lot of things are affecting the oil right now. So, and demand, of course. Let's go take a look at the Dow. Dow closed up 57 points to 9,743. S&P closed up 5 points to 1,028. NASDAQ closed up 2 points to 2,093. And the Russell closed down 8 points to 590. The Dow had the largest percent gain, up 0.59%. The Russell was the weakest again today, down 1.49%. So that's not, small caps are getting beat up and are going for the large caps right now for the Dow. So we're still down here kind of in this area. You know, we've obviously we got some resistance up here above us, and the S&P looks similar. You know, right around this 1040 to 1050 area is resistance. We got as high as 1042 today, and obviously got rejected and pushed back down. The MACD's kind of leveled off here, and it's, you know, looking, you know, it's high. It's considering where it's at. It's a little higher than here, and of course it's higher than here. So we still might get a day or two of bounce, maybe more. I don't know. You know, some people are already, you know, I think Doug Cass has already called the it's the bottom, and you know, this will be the bottom for the year. I don't think so, but he might be right. Someone's gonna have to be right, and someone's gonna have to be wrong. So I don't know. We'll see how that plays out. And I've been talking about that this may not be this head and shoulders if I've been talking about it. It could be more of a wedge, but I still think we will get down. If this is a megaphone top type, not a wedge, a megaphone top, it's going to be closer down in this area that we would, before we would bottom. So I think it's one of those patterns should play out. The Russell, you know, we're still in this channel down on the Russell that I've been, you know, we've been watching here. We're still stuck down in here. We did have the MACD though is higher now than it was here on July 1st, so I do think we might have a little bounce coming, and you would think maybe by now we would. Let's see, volume, pretty light day, another 20-30% below average volume. Let's take a look at gold. GLD. Gold was really weak. The selling kind of subsided today, though. I mean, there was some selling, but not near as much as there was on July 1st right here. And we could be retesting this kind of 115 area here, and then possibly maybe gold will quit falling. I mean, I don't know that for a fact, but that's the next level of support is right around this area here. Silver, silver still in this kind of wedge pattern, and MACD's kind of pointed down, so it doesn't look that great. Copper. Copper's, you know, bounced off its lows here, and it is, did it close? Did it close? No, closed right below the 30-day moving average today, so it is right here. But it has held up a little bit. FXE, the euro. Euro's not looking too bad. Nice little bounce. They're doing the, you know, the stress test of the banks over in Europe like they did here. I'm not sure how much value is in that, but if the market thinks there's value, then the market will go up. So, hey, whatever works. VIX. Volatility index. Right here about 29. Kind of, you know, volatility sucked out a little bit of the market today. We're still up here, yeah, pretty high. And the MACD's pointed back down on volatility. Let's see what else we need. Let's look at the XLF. XLF, again, looks like it could be in this kind of a wedge type pattern. It's still holding around this 13, which was we've touched in this area before, so the financials are holding this level so far. Take a look at the McClellan. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Come on, chart. All right, so we're still minus 45, so we're a little oversold. Not much. We really need to be deeper, but we're still a little oversold, just slightly. Moving back kind of towards this more neutral area here. Take a look at the sectors. 10 of the 16 sectors we follow finished in the green today. The software index had the larger percent gain, up 1.69%. The biotech index was the weakest, down 1.13%. Over to ChartWatch. Some of these are off the watch list. There's a few new ones. Baker Hughes, still watching this. Triangle, it did break out today out of it, but then pulled back on weakness in the market, but some good volume here. You keep that on your radar. Noble, another this kind of an ascending triangle here. No heavy selling here, but I think, again, the market's weakness pulled back. It was kind of breaking out higher. Still worth a watch. HSNI, another triangle, breaking out higher. It's had some volume over the last several, 4 trading days or so. And then, again, on market weakness, I think that caused it to pull back when the market started pulling back. Teva's above the downtrend line. Teva's MACD is looking pretty good here. TSL, Trina Solar, breaking out above this this line here, downtrend line, in a kind of a triangle. And again, so definitely worth a watch if we get a few days of going up. Hospera is at its upper against resistance, and but it's had a nice run here. So if it can break out higher over today's high, you could go long. Obviously, if it breaks down below this trend line, you might short it, maybe back to this area here, but that's it. I mean, it's been showing a lot of strength, but so it's worth watching. CRR, another one. It could be at resistance, or it could break out. If it breaks out over today's high, then you could try to go along here, or it could be at resistance. You could do a kind of a scalping type short, probably at least fill this gap, maybe back down to at least 75 or so, maybe more than that. So we'll just have to watch it and see. CSX looks like railroads. Some of the railroads look like they're breaking down a little bit here. They've had a lot of selling coming in. It should really have some resistance here around this 48 now that it broke below it. But if the market gets a bounce, it may not serve as resistance. SVR, it pulled back today. It was moving higher, and then I think on market weakness it pulled back. So it's worth watching for a long. VGR from the watch list still looks fine. Again, it was moving higher and pulled back on market weakness. CIB still looks good. Looks like it wants to go higher. NOY tried to break out higher. Again, pulled back on market weakness. Newmont Mining, as long as it can hold its uptrend line, you could try to go long. I would use the low of day or maybe the 30-day moving average as your stop, but you could try to make a go of it here. Fleur still holding up well. Been watching this one. PPO still fine. GOLD, as long as it holds 90, you can go long. Apple might be trying to stabilize here, as long as it can hold around that 243 or so that's been using as support over the last 2 prior trading days, and actually made a little bit higher low today. AGN still looking good. As long as it holds that downtrend line. CRM, as long as it holds its uptrend line. CRUS, as long as it holds that trend line, you try to take a long there. And Netflix, nice tight, very tight consolidation. Might get a bounce here, especially if the market gets bounced. You could probably definitely go long this one, at least back up possibly to the high here of 119.88 or so. LXK, Lexmark looks terrible. Looks good for a short. PII breaking down lower, looks good for a short. As you could try Precision Cash Parts long here. If it takes out this low here of 199, I would use that area, around that area, as my stop. Tiffany looking terrible, going looks like it's going to go lower. Maybe you can catch on a bounce if the market gets a little bit of a bounce over the next day or two. Win looks like it's broken down as well. And Taubman Centers, TCO breaking down lower today. Lots of selling volume here. Another one considered short. Let's take a look at the current market signals. Follow the point figure charts for the Dow, Nasdaq, S&P. Of course, they're all on sell signals. These are the price objectives, and there's really no change in these today. We had big intraday move, but when it was all said and done, we didn't have much movement today. we didn't really, we closed a little higher in some cases, but not a lot. So that is it for today. So thanks for watching.